I find it amusing when I'm watching some sort of sporting event on TV or whatever, broadcast from a USA stadium or even Canada, and the song Hip Hop Hooray-Ho-Hey-Ho plays, and the fan base, they put their hands up in the air above their heads and they wave them back and forth and sync with the hey ho, hey ho. Right? It's pretty much everybody, for the most part, knows that's what you're supposed to do. It's akin to doing the wave. You just know what you're supposed to do when you're at a sporting event and that song comes on. Of course, wasn't always the case. That's why it's funny to me. Because I remember when that was the case, that not everybody knew that's what you're supposed to do. Song came out at the end of 1992, along with the music video, which of course at the time, the only way you could see music videos was if they came on MTV for the most part. So, very few people knew about it. I mean, first off, you had to be a watcher of MTV. And then, even then, you had to be a watcher of rap hip-hop MTV, which, of course, I was. So this is what happened. 1993, so the next year after the song had come out, I'm going to go to the junior-senior prom. I was a senior that year. I was going to go to the junior-senior prom. Of course, so many others, I was going to get a tux. I was going to rent it from one of the most common places to rent a tux, Gary's Tux Shop, which were typically located inside of Sears stores, as the case was where I went. Well, a classmate of mine, a friend, this guy that everybody called T, he found out I was going to go and asked me if he could go with me when I went. Of course, I said yes. So the day comes, and I go to pick him up. It's like a Tuesday evening, you know. Do it when it's not crowded. We go, get to the store. Sure enough, it's pretty empty. There's just one employee, and she's dealing with a single customer. They're just about done. And then it's going to be my turn. I'm going to go first because I drove, so I get to go first. So while I'm going to get my measurements, T goes into Sears to go look around. So he leaves. And I go with the employee back to the measuring area where she checks the lengths of my sleeves and shoulders, etc., etc. Then we're going to try out a jacket, find a jacket that's going to fit me. So to do this, she goes to a rack of jackets of various sizes. And she's going to pick one out that she thinks will fit me. I'm going to try it on. That way, if the jacket fits there, then that's the right size jacket. She puts it in an order form, da-da-da. So she gives me the jacket, put it on, and she wants me to check my range of motion, make sure it's not too tight. So check out arms forward. Okay, looks good. And checks out arms out to the side. Looks good. And she's done. Well, I decided there was one more range of motion that needed to be checked above the head for hip hop hooray-ho. So I put my hands up and I just kind of employee, she's like, well, you're not going to be doing that motion. Makes me put my arms down. You're not going to be doing that motion. That's what she says. I was like, it's going to be hip hop hey-ho. No, you're not going to be doing none of that. All right, whatever. Take off the jacket. She hangs it up and we're going to go up to the counter so she can fill out my order ticket and whatever. At that time is when T comes back from Sears. He comes back just at the right time. Comes back right when I'm getting done. So now I'm done. It's T's turn to get measured. I'm just going to wait in the waiting area of Gary's so I don't feel like walking around or anything. I sit down. I can see and hear everything's going on. Same routine. Employee measures T's arm lengths and shoulder lengths, whatever, da-da-da. And then gets to the part where she's going to check out what jacket size will fit him. Picks out a jacket, puts it on T, arms forward, arms out to the side, and then she's done. But T decides he needs to make sure that he can put his arms up for the hey ho. And he puts his arms up, and the employee just gets so exasperated. It's like, nobody's going to be haying and hoeing, okay? Put your arms down. And I just start busting up. Of course, he doesn't realize it's so funny. I tell T afterwards, and like I said, back then it was only known to certain people who watched MTV, certain MTV videos, whatever. Nowadays, everybody knows that's what you do. I doubt most people who know that you're supposed to do that have ever even seen the video for Naughty by Nature's That's it. That's my dumb little story. Hope you found it amusing or interesting or whatever. Ironic. I don't know. And I hope you like the limited animation that I provided. All right. Have fun and see y'all later.